And once again, we're back for more weather coverage this morning as we have a new tornado warning that has been issued for the area. As we look at this carefully this morning and follow these storms, let's go back to radar, pull this up where everybody can see what we're looking at here in the Weather Center as we dig deep into this storm. It's a lot of rain with this northwestern Lauderdale County now getting a lot of rain with it. Let's go in and look. As we see what the National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning. Boy, I'm hearing thunder left and right from our current location. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Garlandville. That's there at the Four Corners. It's 11 miles southeast of downtown Newton. It will be moving to the northeast at 30 miles an hour. This is a tornado. It is radar indicated as we look at what the National Weather Service tells us there. Now, let's back out of this and take a look. We've got two counties involved with this as we follow this. This is going to be eastern Jasper County and southeastern Newton County. All right, here we go. Do y'all see this? Very clear of what we've got. This is most likely could fire off a Lauderdale County tornado warning. It hasn't yet. It could. As Ryan joins me in the studio with me as we follow this. Ryan, have we, let me turn your microphone on over there. Have we gotten anything new from the National Weather Service as we follow this?
Nothing currently. It's just some updates on it being located near Garlandville, moving northeast 30. So.
All right, let's dig into this and see what we've got. This storm, as you see here, I want everybody to pay attention. If you're watching us from Lauderdale County, be on the offensive. Get ahead of this. It isn't here yet, but as we see, it is making its way towards us. This storm will be at Chunky within 18 minutes. It will reach New Providence in 21 minutes. Meehan, you will have the eye of the storm in 24 minutes, and Lost Gap in half an hour. Now, if you notice with this, we're starting to see now a lot of lightning with this in this northern corner of Jasper County. Let's look at this as these pop off. Let me back off and hover over that for you there. That struck 10 minutes ago. That one struck 8 minutes ago. On the backside of this storm, that's been a little bit more than 11 minutes ago. On the front end of this, as it moves into Newton County, 9:25. Now, let's look at our areas that are included in the tornado warning. If you live in downtown Hickory, you're included in this. We pull up our locations. It's going to be basically in between the Veteran Cemetery and right there where the Red Goat is. Where Hickory Pickin is. It's going to cross I-20 right there. If you live anywhere in that vicinity, you are included in this. Now, the line here in Jasper County is going to be right there at Rose Hill. Just barely, you could almost throw a rock and hit where the tornado warning lies. It goes north. This is where it was located, right here at Garland, where I mentioned a moment ago there. And let's zoom in on this. You pull into this, and this is going to be at that stop sign where that store sits. Highway 504 is where it's crossed over. As it makes its way through Newton County, we see here at Highway 503, this storm right now sitting on top of, let's get a little closer here. Let me get some specs so I can read some roads as we look at this. This is going to be Stamper Road is what we've got. That area there is where the eye of this storm, Horn Mill Road. Y'all take cover. This is not a watch. This is a sincere warning, a tornado warning, and you do need to take shelter now. If you live near Mount Moriah, did I pronounce that right? Mount Moriah Church, Stamper Road on that end of it. That's where that is coming. Now, this is going to cross Highway 503. It will cross right over Good Hope Church Road. Y'all see that if you live on that road just east of Highway 503, and then make its way right here easterly. Let's zoom in. Let's get to your Spring Hill Cemetery. If you live there, Everett Road, take shelter now. If you live in a mobile home, have your plan. Get out of it now. If you're in a regular home, move to an interior place in your home away from windows and take shelter immediately. Very serious tornado warning as we watch this move across. And again, we don't have a tornado warning for Lauderdale County, but I want you to look at this as this storm nears us. Al touched base there, and they're not open right now. It is heading directly, if it stays on path, right out of Garlandville as it comes out past Chunky, and we'll head directly over 19 toward the Rock House Trading Post in that area around Owls and where the Back Porch Cafe is. If you live in between there and Collinsville, start getting prepared. This storm is moving in that direction. Now, we've already, Highway 494, our friends that are sitting out here at Freeman Tractor this morning, they probably can't see the chain link fence right now in front of the store. Pretty heavy rain there all the way as you're heading over here toward, if you've got to go to Little Rock. Wait a little while. Stop, rest, Then get back on the road after this passes. West Lauderdale High School, pouring rain all around the Piggly Wiggly and the four-way stop there, back over to Church Road, all in that area. This stretches out to the curve there where Chet's is. When you reach Chet's there in the curve and you go toward the reservoir or go north to 495, that's where it picks up in intensity and is going to move north into Lauderdale County, into Kemper County. Look at this. 493, if you're headed toward the coal plant, bukus of rain. Even here as we get into southern Kemper County there at the New Hope Volunteer Fire Department, pouring rain on y'all. Now, again, I want to remind you that the 2 tornado warnings that we have at this point is located Jasper County and also Newton County. Check back here. Let me go back here. I got a note that I needed to check on here. Let's see. I didn't get the right thing there. 30.
So you think it's gonna probably carry on into the morning?
That is what I am looking at. I'm trying to delete something. I can't read it on my phone. You ever had a phone throw you a loop? It definitely threw me for a loop here just a second ago. And close out and see what we've got when it comes.
Some of the track I'm looking at, this slow down
Correct. That is definitely where it's headed. I'll get back to that in just a second. I was trying to read some messages that were coming in. I was trying to make sure that they were A-OK. $9:33. Okay, we're going live on Fox 30. I wanted to make sure that I was trying to do that, and somehow or another it just taped 10 minutes of me talking for whatever reason. Good morning as we join Fox 30 live now. Thank y'all and welcome as we go back to wall-to-wall coverage. As we're watching this, look at this now. Garlandville is the eye of the storm of what we've been watching. This is what prompted the tornado warning. This is going to be northern Jasper County as we look at this. Right there, that's Highway 504. Here's the store sitting here at the country store in Gardner. Right to the east of there, right on top of Highway 504. This is going to be headed toward Chunky within the next 15 minutes. Look at the rain that stretches. This is just intense of what we've got with this. Again, this is radar indicated. We've got nothing that has fired off anything that says that there's one on the ground, but it's radar indicated. The conditions are right. Anything could happen. Now, this will carry us through until 10:15. We have, quite a while on this warning. Our areas that we're watching, the Dollar General, downtown, right there in Hickory. Anything that is in downtown Hickory from the post office, y'all pay attention. Chunky, we want your attention. We want you to get to your safe place now. Don't wait. Hurry up, get there. As I've mentioned before, if you're in a home, get to the centermost part. If you don't have a place to, bathtubs are your next best place. But stay away from those windows. Now, if you're up here in this northern part of this and you got time and you've heard me talk about it before, put on some hard sole shoes in case something were to happen to where you wouldn't have to walk through a pile of nails and hurt yourself. Mainly, your safety is what this is all about. If you've got a helmet, put that on. Make sure you're safe. All right, as we look at the center of this, and again, this, as we've tracked this coming out of Newton County, headed toward the Lauderdale County area, we expect this to cross on Highway 19. Again, we do not have a warning for Lauderdale County. We're taking precautionary measures of letting you know that you have extra time than the folks that have in Newton County. All of this area right here, right around the post office in Chunky. Are you in there? Seek shelter. We're starting to see these lightning strikes that hit at 9:36, 60 seconds ago. A lot of lightning. And these, when you see these marks on the ground on the radar, they have actually struck the ground. It's not one of those to where we heard it in the air, but it actually did strike something. Want everybody as safe as we can be. Have we got anything new from the National Weather Service? Anything that they have mentioned? Now, again, inboxes, if you've got something going on when it comes to street outages, if you see a wreck, something is blocking traffic, let us know so we can warn others so they can stay away from that area. Our concerns right now, if you're in Meridian, Mississippi, and you had to go toward Newton for any reason, drop by a store, hang out for a little while, get you a cheeseburger, get you an apple pie, wait it out. Don't get on I-20 right now. It's just not safe right now to travel. That road, as we all know, has the ruts. It will take it away from you. All right, let's zoom back out. Let's turn this off and look at how this storm is moving northeasterly. Now, I want y'all to see here in the big picture of what we've got going on. Today is not over. Do y'all see all of this? It's moving northeasterly, as we got that from the National Weather Service earlier, that this would be a long day for storms. Well, this tracks all the way back into Louisiana. Look at this. Like to Lake Charles, moving northeasterly. So we're going to be having quite a few rounds with this morning. Let's zoom back in. Clark County, y'all are looking good. And it does appear, as we had people asking a while ago about Enterprise, it does look as though this is going to stay west of Enterprise. So everybody at this point in time in Enterprise safe. We're watching the chunky Newton County line, Jasper County line right now. We do have rain in Decatur. If you're coming up on DeKalb up Highway 39, it's going to be atrocious. After you pass NAS Meridian, all the way up through there, you get to Daleville, where the Sam Dale Monument is. It's tremendous amount of rain coming down. Pull over there at the Daleville Grocery. They don't mind you. It's a big parking lot. You stay there a few minutes and let this pass. Should that turn into something more, you need to seek shelter. All right, let's get on up here in the DeKalb area as we follow all of this. You can come on in. We always welcome more.
Can you about Madison?
All right, DeKalb. Now, let's look at what we've got going on here. We're still watching this. Again, this is until a tornado warning until 10:15 this morning. We have 35 minutes remaining on that tornado warning. Do I expect this here in the next little bit to move a little bit northward and be only in the Newton area? I do. Chunky, Hickory, if you live anywhere in there, this is the danger zone right now, is what we'll call that. We do not have one on the ground, but we do have a lot of activity that is occurring with this strong thunderstorms. Let's check in. Let's see what else. We're watching all around us. I'm sending some text to make sure we're not missing anything that we need to pay attention to. All right, let's go back here and pull this up. We'd appreciate everybody that is watching and join us. Thank you. If you wouldn't mind, share the page so others can be aware of what we do. Believe it or not, there are some that don't know we do weather. Make sure everybody's safe. Share it so they'll know. All right, let's turn on locations, Ryan, and dig back into this. As we look at our big pictures, all right, here we go. Right there is the eye of this storm right now. Here's where this prompted the tornado warning right there in that area. Here it is right now, still on track for Highway 19 coming out of Newton County. As we see that it will reach Chunky within 12 minutes. So that puts it there right before 10 o'clock at Chunky. This will reach New Providence. Meehan, you'll have the storm in 17 minutes. Lost Gap in 24 minutes. You need to be aware of what's happening as the storm tracks it. As I checked in with Lauderdale County Emergency Management, they're watching the same cell as we are. Nothing to be scared about, nothing to jump the gun on yet, but they're watching as we are here on radar. Let's zoom in and look at our roads of where this thing is sitting right now. We got lightning strikes all around this. Let's get closer on this storm. Again, this is Newton County. If you live near Spring Hill Church, this is about where the eye of the storm is right now, right on top of Everett Road. Right there is where that is. If you know where I am, Everett County, this is going to be southeastern Newton County. This is going to cross. Let's look at this. Here's Everett Road, Spring Hill Cemetery. This cuts across the Good Hope Church Road. Anybody live near that? Hickory Fellowship Road right there. And of course, we got the church sitting there. Good Hope Church. If you live in that vicinity, you need to take cover now. Spring Hill Church, those areas. Anywhere along east of Hickory Fellowship Road, as we look here and we follow this on down, we want you to east of that area. All right, here we go. Parks Mill Road, if you live there. As we come over this eastern side here, this is going to be Griffiths Fountain Road. Right there. Griffiths Fountain Road. That's going to be right at the Lauderdale County line. It runs up to that. If you'll see, it's just about a mile, not even a full mile, about a half a mile from the Lauderdale County line is what they're watching on this. Now, There's no guarantees that they will fire this off for Lauderdale County. Just giving you the extra heads up on what could happen with this. We do appreciate everybody joining us at Fox 30, tuning in your home. We appreciate you very much. We've got lots of rain in Lauderdale County. Let's look at that a moment. Now, this is going to be in the northwestern corner, West Lauderdale area. We go just above Owls. And as you'll see, the eye of this storm has been moving back and forth anywhere from Owls. And now it's coming about where Cicalina Volunteer Fire Department, isn't that about where that is? Right there is where that intends to cross. Now, here's Oak Tibby, right there. Here's the four-way stop. The eye of this is headed right toward the Center Hill area, North Lauderdale Water Association, West Lauderdale High School, Chet's, anywhere in this general area is where the eye of the storm is headed for, where it is getting the most rain in Lauderdale County right now. It's Covington Fish Farms in that path once it gets into Lauderdale County. Samdale Monument sitting there. Here's NAS Meridian out a little bit further to the east. As we see that, see how this has just been kind of moving back and forth as the storm twists and turns? It's anywhere there along 19. Let's just call this from Walmart all the way to the four-way stop there in Collinsville. Danger zone to be, to give that little extra. No warnings for you, but we want you to be prepared in those areas. And dead center here, this is going to cut across Meehan. Whether or not they carry the warning into Lauderdale County, our friends in Meehan need to be aware. And I brought this up. I touched on this earlier. It doesn't matter what radar. If I'm telling you right here, if I bring up, let's zoom in on this. And I bring up right here at this road, right here where it intersects with Lisbon Road. And you happen to live right here instead. We zoom in on that. That is going to be Pine Forest Road. And I'm talking about the storm is here. Take heed here. Anywhere within a mile of wherever a radar tells you, whoever you're watching, radars can be, well, it's Mother Nature, and it can be sluggish to a degree. We never know what God is doing. I don't know any other way to word it. We want you to be safe, so I tell you that advice of just be ahead of the storm always. Mother Nature is tricky. They kind of do, she does what she wants from time to time. We see that no rain heavy to mention of out at the prison right now at Lost Gap, but that'll change here in just a little while. All of this rain in that northwest corner. And as we look back there in Hickory, a lot of rain there. As we talked about from downtown Hickory to the Dollar General, as you pass the Red Goat, as you go right past there where Hickory Picking is. Pouring rain as you get off on the interstate. Interstates are one of the most extreme places where wrecks happen. Big rigs will pass you. They throw all of that water you can't see momentarily. And that's why I ask if you've got a moment that you can wait it out and not travel a road, do so. Wait. A rig weighs a lot more. It doesn't sway in the wind as much as a little car does when it passes you. We don't want you to sway off the road and be hurt with that. Now, let me update radar.
Looks like National Weather Service is probably going to hold off on not issue a warning from into Lauderdale County from the Newton County storm. So
Well, that's good.
says it's trending down.
As we do that refresh there, we do see that. Doesn't change the fact it's pouring rain there, does it? We watch this corner. We have 29 minutes remaining on this. That's what we've got there. Let me see what we got coming in from the Hickory area there. Coming down so hard on Everett Road and Hickory Fellowship Road. A lot of rain there. So that's back over in this area that we were talking about there in Hickory. Again,
You got one already out there. Ahead of it.
yeah.
It's a long line, plenty of rain, but hopefully the severe threat is diminished.
Yeah, as we look at fast food, y'all are okay right now, nothing going on there. Our focus would be, at this point, northern Jasper County, Newton County, northwestern Lauderdale County, and southern Kemper County at this point of the rain activity that we've got. Again, as we find what the National Weather Service is saying in the chatter behind all this, they're not going to throw this into Lauderdale County right now. Great news for everybody. But expect a lot of wind. Let's go here and go back to our severe weather and look at our winds of what we've got that are coming down. Let me go over. Let's look at hail first, see if there's any hail involved with it. Still back around Lewin. We're not showing any in the center of this storm with hail. Let's go over here with the damaging winds. And look at that. Although we don't have warnings here in Lauderdale County, look at the wind. Let's turn this off. look at the wind that is moving through this northwestern portion here, all around Hickory, Jasper County, and Kemper County. Now, that area right across Oak-Tibby getting the most wind of what we've got in Lauderdale County right now. And if you happen to live anywhere around the lake, you'll know you feel it as it's coming across right now. Let's turn off that damaging wind there and back out. Look at radar there. Heavy rain throughout there. Let's look at the entire state and see what we've got. Now, back in this area here, this is Louisiana, starting to move into southwestern Mississippi around the Woodville area. We do have, let me click this so we can show this. And we always bring this up, this tornado warning that is down here in Louisiana, DuPont, Louisiana, just a few miles away from the Mississippi line. And if you'll look at that trend, y'all see that, northeasterly right through the area once again into East Mississippi and on into Alabama. Now, we hadn't talked a whole lot about our friends on the Alabama line. York, we got light rain. Utah getting the most of rain that we're picking up right now that is close to our area. A pretty good little shower there at Demopolis, but nothing to worry about as we follow along with this. Any new updates, any wind? Anybody brought anything up like that?
No storm reports, no damage being reported. Everything was a couple of facts of evidence.
Sam brought, and let me straighten, I don't want anybody to think I was running down a rig. No, sir, we're not running down rigs. It's just a fact that when you get beside, you got a little small car, they got wind, and it's going to make a little car shake during the rain. That's what I mean by that. Didn't say anything was wrong with the rig. We support our drivers. They know what they're doing. But as we all know, when one goes by, it'll shake a car. That's just the way that is. It happens. Be careful is the reason we bring that up. We still got these this tornado warning here, pouring in Meehan as we're getting there. What about Clarkdale? Nothing going on in Clarkdale right now. This storm is going to miss Clarkdale, and it'll be clear for a little while. We have to watch all of this stuff back to the west. There's no way to say now, oh, it's clear for the rest of the day. There's no way to do that. Again, Newton County, Eastern Newton County is our focus of the tornado warning as it comes across. And the lead line coming up on Scuba, Mississippi, if you're there at Scuba, anywhere around, say where the football field is, you got rain approaching you very quickly, and it's going to be heavy here in the next few moments. Again, the worst that we've got right around Hickory right now. Let's go back in and zoom back in on our tornado warning that we're watching there in Newton County. Again, east of Highway 15 is what we've got. Anything east of 15 and that extreme corner of the county, I-20 there from the Veteran Cemetery all the way back to the county line at Lauderdale. As you'll notice right there at the Lauderdale county line, we're seeing weakening there. And that is what's prompting, as Ryan pointed out to me just a moment ago, that is not going to fire off that tornado warning. Now, let's back out. Let's do this just real quick here. Let me pull this up. We always track and keep you up to date with power outages of what's going on with EMEPA. Let's see what we've got that is happening now. Not a lot going on. I'm showing 3 people. Let's pull this up. I'm going to pull up some other places here so we'll get them all.
While you're pulling that up, looks like they got some power outages up in the Neshoba County area. And as we were seeing on the radar, the rain is moving to the Nellyburg area. They're experiencing heavy rain this time also. As
you bring up Neshoba County, you're absolutely right. Around 230 people, let's move in on this right now. Neshoba County, up Highway 19, just across here, Collinsville, just north of there. Look at that, right around Tucker. No power in that area. 230 people without power now. Back over here at the forest area where it was coming across into Newton, we got 36 people without power there. As we look here, let's go to what we got in the Hattiesburg area. A few people, not a whole lot. 6 people in this area without power. Let's look here as we go northward in the Mendenhall area. Back west of us is where we go, Bay Springs there. A few folks without power in those areas. Now, let's look at EMEPA in our area. Not a lot without power as we look at this. Let's zoom into Lauderdale County. We've got 3 people here. Here's Chunky. 3 people sitting there without power right now. They've been out for roughly 5 minutes. So if you're sitting in the dark looking at your phone, I'm sure that they are moving quickly to get this repaired. They can't, again, travel during a warning. I want you to know that. They'll be there as quickly as they can. They understand it's not any fun to sit in the dark. That's why we do that. Ron, you got something there?
National Weather Service has just canceled that tornado for Jasper County.
That is the good news. But look at the rain we're still getting there, Ron.
Still pretty tremendous.
It is. So that's what we've got now. No other warnings. We want to remind you, and we'll be back live, I'm sure, several times as we follow this. The watch goes until 1 p.m. this afternoon is what they're giving us, right after lunch. Will we get more? We'll watch this carefully. We'll go live. All right, that's going to wrap up our coverage for now. Again, thank you for watching Fox 30 with us today, as well as here at YouTube and also on the Facebook side of Following Weather. Be with us here if you want continued wall-to-wall coverage. Check with us on those two platforms, and we'll keep you up to date with what we have. We'll be back. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon. Scotty Ray's Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: